Thank you very much, Riff. What's up, guys? Got Voyboy and Quas here. Already waving to the camera. But obviously, you guys played really well that game. Under 30-minute win as well, which is awesome for you guys. Talk to me about your thoughts heading into that game, how you felt.
So yeah, we had a rough Super Week. We went 1-3. Going into that week, we were feeling really confident. I would honestly say that was the best I've ever felt, like as a team on Curse since I joined. Like in terms of strength and just confidence in our ability to win games. And then yeah, we went into the week. We had a series of really close games, and we ended up coming out with a 1-3, which is really disappointing to us. And it definitely wasn't something that we wanted or expected, but we just took it for what it was, and we made like a commitment to work even harder and just try to pick ourselves back up, because it's the start of the season. No matter how strong we thought we were, we obviously have a lot of stuff to still improve on, and that's something that we can definitely do. I have no doubt in my mind that by the end of the season, we can continue growing and just keep getting stronger, and I think we can definitely vie for that world spot, top 2, top 3. But right now, yeah, yesterday we lost to Cloud9, obviously one of the best teams in North America for the longest time. We felt pretty good about our chances versus them, and we just made like a crucial mistake at Dragon, and we got wrecked for it. And then going into EG, we just felt like, okay, we know we can beat EG. Like, we've been consistently doing well versus them. Let's just play our game and close it out. And that's pretty much what we were able to do, which made us all pretty just relieved, I guess.
Yeah, it was a pretty relieving game. So, Quas, Voy was talking about how you guys felt super, super strong coming into week 1. Are you feeling still very good about the team in week 2, 1-1?
Yeah, we still feel pretty good. Just the first week was really rough, but we know what mistakes we made, and we know what to fix. So we know that we can get stronger, and just with longer time we have as a team, we're gonna get better.
So what goes into fixing issues? Like, what do you do when you go back home when you're practicing? Like, how do you say we won't make this mistake again?
Well, it all comes to practice. Like, you have to practice those things that you made the mistakes on, so it doesn't happen at LCS. So, for example, there's many things like certain habits that you have to fix them with practice, and then you will translate them over at the LCS games.
Who's helping you guys sort of identify habits you need to fix or new strategies to employ? Is it just you guys amongst yourselves, or do you have a staff behind you?
We identify some things, but we do have a staff behind us. We have our analyst, Mark. He helps us a lot with stuff that we don't notice normally, and like paths to take in level 1s or whatever. So it's really nice to have an analyst behind you to help you out.
And Void, to you, when you're playing up against teams, right, you've got 2 games a week, and you've got about 5 days to prepare for each one. Are you able to identify like key weaknesses or key strengths in your opposition that you're like, we're going to target this, we're going to get around that?
Yeah, we definitely look at like picks and ban patterns, what they prioritize, what we prioritize, and how we can use that against them. It's definitely something that takes a lot of practice. I think Cloud9 is one of the best teams at doing that right now, and for a while they have been. It's something that we've been working on, and it's something that is just crucial to any team's success. So throughout the week, the champions and stuff that you're practicing, what you form your pools around, ideally are going to be composed around countering or doing well against the teams that you're going to be playing against. And when you go into like a playoff scenario or something like that, it's a lot harder. But when you're in the regular season playing best of 1s, and for really the exception of Super Week, because you play a bunch of teams anyway, you can prepare pretty well for most of the teams that you're going up against.
Nice, and of course that worked out really well for you guys in this game. I actually want to pull ourselves back into the game. Then we have a couple of replays we want to talk about. First one is around a 12-minute dragon fight. We'll pull that replay up. This is one I think Dominic gets a really good smite, and you end up winning the fight 4-1 if I remember it properly.
Yep.
If we can roll the clip, you can go for it.
All right, so right here, we know both our top laners have TP. They start TPing in, we come in. We just basically start dragging to bait them to coming into us to start the fight, and then they come in. We get a few kills here. The Karthus was dead, so we knew that we had the advantage going into it. We knew that Karthus ult was still up, and here it's kind of a very like scary situation, but we have shields, and Lulu still has mana, so she can just keep going in. And then Quas gets a nice, really hyphy E-flash Q and kills Shyvana as well. So we came out ahead off that, and I think going into that situation, we had momentum, and we knew that we could win that fight right off the Karthus kill that we like Flash Cocoon and Flash Yasuo knocked up. So we pretty much knew we had the advantage there, and once we got those kills, we just were able to take control of the map and pretty much didn't give EG any opportunities to come back.
So once you guys start to control the map, how do you play once you're like, we're like 4,000 gold up, we got a bunch of kills, they're afraid to fight us. How do you push that lead forward?
So one thing to keep in mind is you cannot let them have any picks. So they might try to do like extended lane ganks or something. So you have to be really wary and play safe. Do not throw your lead, and then just play for the objectives. Like, you know, oh, this is coming up soon. We should prepare for this. So you plan ahead, and then you do the lanes. You do the lanes you want to do. Like, for example, sending the bottom or something for the blue, and then that's how you progress. Just keep fighting, and then once you're ahead and not make any mistakes to throw.
Yeah, it seems like you guys really held control of that game really well. It was a really clean game for you guys. I want to call up actually a second replay then. This is the Dragon I thought I was talking about. Actually, I might be wrong in all cases, but this is another Dragon fight, 24 minutes in. I might have missed them entirely, but if you want to walk us through this battle as well.
All right, so right here, we thought they were just going to give up the free Dragon because we knew that we were stronger than them, but they actually come in. Snoop, I believe, looks for the Smite Steal. He goes in, we get the Yasuo ulti off, and then we're just all kind of in a clump. There was 3 people clumped up in a line, so I was able to get a lot of really good AoE damage, and we kill, I think we ace him here. I think I go down for my team, the Martyr, but right here we basically ace them, 1 for 5, and we had the option to look for Baron here or look to just push down mid and reset and take control of the map. If we had gone for Baron, we knew that they had TP, so that was kind of a risk, and we just erred on the side of caution and just went for the mid turret. And at that point, we knew we were 100% stronger than them, so we just were able to go down mid, take turrets, and they really couldn't contest any of those.
And that worked really well for you guys. I want to talk about the team comp your opponents had because they've got Jarvan, Karthus, Zyra's on there as well. It's a bunch of like layered area of effect damage, and you're stuck in that sort of a fight. Quas, when you go into a battle against this kind of team, do you try to position yourself a certain way? Do you look for certain kinds of fights?
Well, yeah, Lulu top is like way different than other top laners, so I don't have to dive into them because the team comp they has like Karthus, Zyra, is really good for when you dive into them. So it was really nice to have a Lulu, so I could like stand back, Wincy myself to be really fast, and then like E like their support to chunk them or something. So it's important to have it was pretty good for us to have a high mobility top laner that could provide a lot of utility against our team comp.
Yeah, and that worked really well for you guys. So I want to start talking about the future then for you guys. So next week, you fight Complexity and Team Solo Mid. Teams that are having moderate success so far this season. Talk to me about these teams and how you feel like you match up against them.
So Complexity, I think they are still kind of developing how they want to play and stuff. So I think we should have the advantage against them. That's a team similar to EG that we're pretty confident going up against. And then as for TSM, I think they're also in a bit of a struggle, just like us right now. We had a really tough nail biter game against them in the first week that could have honestly gone either way. Yeah. So I would say that we are pretty equal strength teams right now, despite our record being really bad, and I think we'll give them a pretty good game.
Nice. So last question for you guys then. You guys talked about how good you felt in week 1, how close the games were, and they were. You guys nearly actually 4-0 C per week. With all these games being really close and unfortunately having a bad record to start it out, how do you actually stack yourselves among the teams right now? And then how long will it take you guys to be that #1 that you're looking for?
Right now, I mean, I think results are all that matter, pretty much. So right now I think before this last game, we were in like 6th, 7th, 8th place. We were tied for that. So I would say that's our standing, and that's probably what we deserve right now. But I think we are a much better team than what that reflects. Yeah. And I think with just more time to practice and fix out like these pretty easy mistakes that we've been making consistently in like late game scenarios, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but it's something that we've had a problem with. I think that would go a long way to improving ourselves, just making us a more solid team. So I would honestly say that we can stack up against any of the top teams right now. I mean, we gave LMQ, TSM, CLG all really close games. We beat Dig. I would say people consider those guys the top 4 right now. And I think next week, the weeks after that when we play them, we should be able to come out with wins. So looking forward to that.
All right, yeah, looking forward to see you guys play. Guys, congratulations on your win. We'll see you next week as well for another hopeful 2-0. Guys, we got more games going on, but I'm going to kind of back up and refresh our broadcaster mana. But stay tuned to see if your response to our Twitter question of the day is going to be read on air. Then it's time for our next match, Complexity versus Counter Logic Gaming. Don't go anywhere.